podcast. We have Tony Logue tonight. He's headlining his show, and he's doing a pre-show podcast with us. Thanks, Tony.
Hey, man. Thanks. Yeah.
He's got the band with him today. He's performed here before to support Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you got more comrades now.
I do, man. I got the whole outfit.
We got Jason, drummer.
Jason Bonday on drums.
Hello.
Derek.
Guitar player.
Yeah.
Do you have a lead guitar or rhythm?
I'm at all.
All right. Anna, is that right? On the fiddle.
No.
Nice.
Kyle Robertson on bass. He's over at the eating food, I think.
Oh, okay, okay. Daggone.
He skipped out.
Probably betting on the games.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Lainey Wilson, right? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, she's a great artist, isn't she?
Yeah.
Nice fit young lady.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a shirt that gets a lot of compliments. It's got a big old snake on it. It says Tony Logue on there.
Oh, yeah.
And this is from some sessions that you did or a live record?
Yeah. That was actually the cover of a Live on Red Barn Radio show that we did in 2018? 19. Was it? When did we play?
I think it's 18.
18 or before.
Okay. Yeah, so Red Barn is kind of a staple for Kentucky music. You know, everybody has kind of come through there. Sturgill and when Childers put out the Live on Red Barn Radio stuff, it kind of got a whole lot more recognition than maybe it used to. But yeah, Red Barn's a cool thing. They're still doing it.
What town is that in?
Lexington.
Nice.
Hmm.
And before that, you had a Serpents and is it Saviors?
Yeah, Serpents and Saviors was just an acoustic record. That was from 2018. And I'm a big Springsteen fan. So that was an attempt at a stripped-down acoustic record like Springsteen's in Nebraska. Like, I didn't realize how stupid of an idea that was. You got to be really good if you're going to pull that off. But anyway, yeah, that was what that was. So, yeah, Serpent's just an acoustic record with mainly acoustic.
When you have, it looks like Serpents in some art representation and in some lyrics that I heard.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of symbolism in that?
Snakes. Yeah, on that record it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some other stuff, it's just real snakes. Like
right.
Copperheads and cottonmouths and things like that.
Are you a woodsman?
I am, man. Yeah. Kind of not as much as I used to be because we're out doing this, you know, and busy. We're busy all the time. But, yeah, big duck hunter, love to duck hunt. And I live in West Kentucky, so we get a lot of deer and turkey. And we mainly just look at them out my kitchen window now and feed them corn and stuff. We don't really kill them as much as we used to. But we're like, hey, man, where did the turkeys go? You know, we ain't seen them in a few days. But
I think you should kill just to make sure that you can still do it, execute.
Yeah.
But not, you know, if you don't have to, might as well keep them living.
Yeah. I just like to look at them. So,
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm definitely an outdoorsman. Yeah, grew up that way.
I really like that Earnhardt song.
Thank you, man.
That was a really good song, man.
Yeah, that was actually more about my wife's father. It kind of comes from my point of view as my dad, but it really wasn't. It was really my wife's father, and we lost him back a few years ago, and he was buried in an Earnhardt shirt. So that was where the whole idea, you know. And there's a lot of me in that song, and there's some fiction and stuff as well, but there's a lot of me there. So
when you're talking about the August night in Tennessee, is that from a race in Bristol?
The Bristol night race, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think one of the first ones we went to was I don't know if you guys are into NASCAR racing. I'm not really much anymore. I used to be, but the year that Earnhardt spun Terry Labonte, you guys remember that? He spun him on the last lap, and he said, I didn't mean to spin him. I meant to rattle his cage. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
That was one of the first years that we went, and I think that was 99, if the best I remember. So,
yeah, man, I was probably out of school that day. We started school mid-August.
yeah.
I went to school outside the stadium there in Blumpville, and our high school parking area became additional parking spaces for the race.
No kidding. Okay.
So we got off on the Friday before race day.
Okay. So you used to go to all the races?
Well, you could work them on the outside, make a little extra money.
Yeah, for sure.
You could go down to the drags and watch Friday night street fights. in Thunder Alley there. Mm-hmm. But my dad wasn't a huge NASCAR. Like, he liked it, but he, for whatever reason, he's a Southern Baptist preacher there, and he didn't care much for alcohol. Yeah. So I think that if it was now, I like drinking and watching race cars. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think we do it, but I just remember in my backyard on clear nights when the race was going, and you could hear it, man. Oh yeah. It sounds like a million bees storming towards your backyard, and then like it'll go away, and then again. It's wild how much that sound travels.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a cool song, dude.
Well, thank you, man. Yeah.
Well, go ahead, sir.
I actually got some buddies of mine from North Carolina. Well, I was on Instagram. I don't know. This has probably been a year ago or so now. One day, and Jeffrey Earnhardt had locked some of my Instagram stuff. So I was like, that's weird, you know. So I was like, this is like a spam account or whatever. So I went and looked, and I was like, no, this looks like the real deal. This is him. So he sends, just a few minutes later, he sends me a couple messages and says, hey, man, somebody got us that song, and we just wanted to reach out and say, hey, we think that's a really cool thing, and we love it. So, I mean, if nothing else happens, that was really cool.
Right, and, that was great.
So I think Jeffrey he's got a cup car this year, I think. Yeah, and he's Carrie's son, which is Dale, so it'll be Dale's grandson. Looks exactly like Dale to me.
Right.
So, yeah, that was a cool thing that happened with that song, you know.
Nice, man. Yeah. So whenever you came up here, I thought, that guy's authentic there before that Monoflow International Sponsor show with Jocelyn. I was like, cool, man. And I was listening, and I enjoyed it. Just got that shirt. Yeah. I think I listened to... Did you cover a song about... do you have any recorded covers, man?
No. Well, I take that back. On the Red Barn session, we did a Bruce Springsteen song, Darkness on the Edge of Town.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is mine.
I think it reminded me of Whiskey Myers, man. I'm just thinking
I probably stole some of that stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever I go back to when I first met you, and then I listen to artists, I don't always listen to everybody that comes through. Sure. But once in a while, I'll throw it on the way here and stuff. Yeah. And I enjoyed it. Well, my kid, like Silas, she was jamming to that this morning.
Thank you, man.
That's cool.
Yeah. Is she gonna stay she gonna be here for the show?
No, man. Her time limit's gonna come up.
I understand.
For tolerance of being out without shaming me in public. You know what I mean? If you get your youngins to a certain breaking point, they're just gonna start shaming you in public. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Having a temper tantrum and whatnot. Yeah. She's been cool so far.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want this to be a win-win.
Yeah.
So what's going on, man? You're a touring professional now.
Yeah, we're out hustling and just.
You're in PA last night?
No.
Or you're traveling through?
Yeah, we just came through just this morning. Yeah, it's kind of weird how we were just in there for just a brief second. I don't know why. Yeah, we were. So yeah, man, just out scrapping, getting what we can get, doing what we can do.
Where'd you find these fellas, Derek, Jason?
Man,
and the lady. Sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, Derek.
Anna's over here.
Yeah, Anna came on a year ago, January. Is that right?
Yeah.
Anna used to tour with Culture Wall.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys are into Culture Wall. And some other pretty great Kentucky acts. Jason and Kyle, we've been doing it a long time, since 2008, 9?
Yeah.
Probably.
About 15 years.
Yeah. Just like bar shows in West Kentucky and stuff like that.
Y'all met in the local scene?
Yeah, back in those days. And Derek has been on guitar for 3 or 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Yeah. It's about 18 probably, 19.
18 or 19, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And I see a big fella just walked in with a Guinness in his hand.
That's Kyle, man. Yeah. Kyle's a West Kentucky guy. He's from Murray, Kentucky. Derek's from Paducah, Kentucky. Jason's from Lexington, Kentucky. I don't know why. You guys got microphones. You can talk if you want to.
You're doing great.
Y'all are Kentucky as fuck.
Yeah, we are. We are straight.
Anna, are you from Kentucky?
I'm a Hoosier.
Anna,
Indiana.
Don't tell people that. Don't tell people that.
Why?
Well, she lives right on the river, and so we say, when we introduce her to the people, we say from Louisville, Kentucky. So we ain't playing with nobody from Indiana.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, it's not like that.
Is that because Kentucky's like a basketball state? Y'all don't like Indiana?
No, that was just a stupid comment. No, it's
Oh.
really nothing. I don't know why we say that. I'll say whatever. But
I don't mind people from Alabama and from Florida.
yeah.
I don't tend to like them on for Saturday. You know what I mean? Kentucky, I don't really have much angst towards y'all in football. Basketball a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Lately, Tennessee's been trying to be pretty
Probably not
competitive.
this year.
No.
Probably not too worried about this
So
year.
you a volunteer? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but Kentucky and Tennessee get confused sometimes when some of our friends pass through the states, and both of them, especially when you're in the middle there,
Yeah.
Mhm.
have very similar traditions, I believe, in bluegrass music, country music,
Yeah.
and whiskey and bourbon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's originally from, is it Versailles is where you're from? I always say Lexington.
It's Versailles, yeah.
Versailles.
Just right
Right.
outside of Lexington.
So, no, you probably more into basketball than any of the rest of us. So.
What are you working on? What's your drive right now? What's your moves? What's making you
Man,
get up
we're gonna-
early and stay up late?
We're gonna make another record here. The last record was good. Did really well. It came out a year ago, January. So it was a really good year. Did a lot of really nice things. So we're gonna come back at them again. You know, that's the plan.
How did you end up at the monument in the first place?
Jody Bloomfield.
Yeah, he's out there.
Jody, man, is out. He's out hunting. You know, Jody put me on a show. How I first met Jody, we had talked on Facebook and stuff, as one does. You know, you feel like you know everybody from Facebook. And he put me on a show in Lexington, Kentucky, one night at a place called Cosmic Charlie's. I think I'm telling you this right. I think Jody was behind that. If he wasn't, he was there, and that's where I met Jody at Cosmic Charlie's. Snowed like a bitch that night, and it was a terrible night. We played. There was like 6 acts on the bill. We played for the bartender, and Jody loved it. But anyway, that's where I met Jody, and he invited us up for that. So
Right.
that was a great night with Jocelyn.
Yeah, it was. It was very
Oh
cool.
man, that's the first time I had seen her. You know, live.
Right.
She's next level, man. And when you get in the room with her, you know, and just watch it, I was impressed. Were you guys impressed?
Oh man.
Blew me away.
So they started doing that Sir Duke.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah,
That was. Yeah,
just a great act. She played Red Rocks with Childress, right?
I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
right after
Yes, she
that,
did.
She opened
I know
up.
Town Mountain did. That's
And-
they was here, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She sure did.
You know what I mean?
Shortly after we did that.
Yeah, I was like
Yeah.
a week or two, or maybe like within the next month.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Looks like we have a fruit platter
Hey, man,
being
here
delivered
comes some
here.
snacks. Let that dude in.
Hey, Chris, bring on. We got Steven. Come on, this is Steven. Everybody, Steven's coming in. The
Steven,
shot.
come in, man. Hey, if you
Steven
got-
is a
man.
beverage curator.
if you got fruit and cheese, you're a friend of ours, man.
Cheese, pineapple, and strawberry.
I don't reckon. I don't know. Do y'all need anything?
We're good.
I'm
man.
good right now, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will say this about you folks, but everybody doesn't treat us as this good, so you guys should be proud.
Oh man.
You know,
On the way up here, I was telling them to because they didn't come last time. When we come here the first time, yeah, this is
it's first class, man.
yeah.
Cool.
You guys are first class, and the room is first class. Everything's just great.
Beautiful.
Great. We're super pumped to be here. Pumped for tonight.
Well, man, other than family and occasional getting a chance to hang out with friends, or you know what I'm saying, I don't really do nothing else except pretty much think about this place
Yeah.
and that place next door and the place in the back and this and
Yeah.
that. I might call Corey. I just want to say shout out to you, bro. You always answer me really quickly when I call you. I appreciate that. Or call back within a few minutes.
Dude, Corey blowed up in here and turned this joint into a fully functioning studio in a matter of seconds. Pretty much.
I hustle. Try to hustle, man.
Yeah,
Always. Always
like it.
looking for the next opportunity, so you gotta be quick on it.
Yeah.
No waiting.
What's really cool? Well, you're DJing tonight, right?
I'm DJing tonight,
At
yes.
Touch of Texas?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So what's really cool is like having Low Water Bridge Band play around and stuff.
Yeah.
They kill every time they're here. So we're trying to keep it that way.
Sure.
And so now they got to go out and voyage around for a while.
Yeah.
And then we'll continue to build and make it as best we can. and then they'll come back in and kill again. So, like with him going out being a house DJ and then DJing around, building audiences and stuff, we want to see people grow.
Sure.
Not just like be selfish in that regard.
Yeah.
So like next time y'all come through, you might have more tech writers and such. You know, that's what we hope for.
Hope you're right.
Because I don't really listen to any other music. I mean, once in a while I try to throw on, you know, but usually I end up listening to like news, sports, or podcasts because I'm inundated with the music of like, if somebody writes an email and they're genuine about their music, like sometimes I want to try to listen to it.
Sure.
You know, or like if I meet you, I want to listen to your stuff and listen to all this kind of. So my taste in music and my whole musical travel and journey has definitely been influenced by everything coming in here because it consumes the majority of that bandwidth I have for audio pleasure.
I understand. I'm the same way.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying I listen to all the books and things, just whatever podcasts, you know, whatever. If I'm driving 3 or 4 hours or something.
I feel like it's like discomfort at first because you try and get out of your comfort zone. Then when you do, you kind of appreciate it because it's something different.
Yeah.
That you never heard of.
Yeah.
I have a question for you if you don't mind me asking. I've been trying to figure this out as an artist, producer / DJ. I'm trying to be as big as I can be, and how would you rate like these 3 little things like creativity, consistency, and marketing? Like how would you what would be on your top priority?
Man, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're the most successful artist in here.
Well, I don't know about that.
I mean, in the room,
a lot of trial,
obviously.
Yeah.
But these are the 3 things I've been running into. I'm like, creativity is very important, consistency is very important, marketing is very important. So, but what is the most important to? Is it marketing because it exposes your name? Is it creativity because it's something different, or is it consistency because you keep on doing it, getting the reps in? You know.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I find it fascinating.
I don't know if you figured these things out. Have me back on because I want to talk about it, and you can tell me how it works. No, here's what I found has worked best for me. Is to just focus on my craft and get better at what I do and write better songs and make better records. And I've still got a long ways to go. Don't hear me saying that. I've got a long ways of where I would like to be. You know, we're a long ways off, and we got a lot of work to do. But I've had more of all of those things, you know, come along when I just focused on that and tried to be, you know, just put good stuff out. And I think people find it. People like Jody or you guys or whoever, you know, you're like, hey, this is good stuff. You know, it's how it's worked for me. Mm-hmm. But you know, like marketing and stuff is, you got to have it. And not saying mine's where it needs to be. I need help in those areas, but I just try to do, you know, work within my circle and do what I can do. And just be a better me, you know, be a better songwriter. That to me, and we've been doing this together for a long time, and I thought we made good music in 2010. And turns out it was just, you know, okay music. But, you know, spend a lot of time like, how do we get in front of these? How could I get in front of this person? How could I get my music to this person? Well, just forget all that shit and just make good music. And then a lot of times you start ending up in the hands of some of these people, and you're like, dang, you know, I wasn't even trying for that. You know, it's how it's worked for me. Just better stuff.
So yeah, I think what you're saying is like more like, just be consistent in yourself, and then everything would just unfold naturally in a sense.
Yeah,
that's what I kind of picked up on.
Sure, yeah, I would say that's pretty good, solid advice. You know, just be good. Be good at what you do. Just work until they can't ignore you anymore. It's what I've always heard. You know, just keep hustling until they can't ignore you anymore. You're still getting ignored where you're not good enough that you can't be ignored. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, no, I think I'm there. Well, if you're still being ignored, by definition, you're not so good that you can't be ignored.
I like that.
So
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's Tom Bilyeu. You listen to his podcast called Impact Theory.
Nah,
I listened to a bunch of Brainiac stuff.
I listened to a lot of podcasts recently, but I've been kind of just, like I said, just in my comfort zone. I just do the Joe Rogan. I avoid all news now.
Yeah,
avoid all that.
For sure.
And then I do comedy, lots of comedy podcasts. But I figure comedy and music is like, I find it, there's somewhat of a click and like common, like this just seems common. Even though you're a stand-up comedian, I still take the same advice you take you're preaching as a musician.
Yeah.
And then that helped
For
me
sure.
out a lot.
Yeah, I think that's the name of the game to me.
But my bad.
Be good
I'll
at
the microphone back
hone
to
your craft.
Justin.
Yeah, don't give it back to Rucker.
Good job, Corey. Way to step out of your comfort zone.
Way to derail the whole thing.
Way to grab the mic, MC. Hey, dude. So I thought about your question, and my initial answer, if I was thinking about it, was 33.3% of each one of those efforts. But then I was like, no, that's not accurate, because that's a problem. If you think about building a pyramid, you don't think in 3, you think in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And getting those 4. So the fourth one is relationship, marketing. Well, the craft first.
Yes.
Marketing, which is acquisition. That's just how loud you can be to be heard. And then consistency, which is rhythm, effort. And then the relationship part. And the relationship part will share the other 3. That's just my theory here from a couch. But and then a pyramid goes up like this, right? But you have to have the 4. And then at the top would be the product or your art.
Yeah, I think
I watched that guy.
Oh, here you go, dude.
I've watched Tony.
Suck it up.
I've watched Tony get off work, drive for 12 hours to a show, play, drive 12 hours back, and go straight back to work, and then do it all over again.
Yeah, certainly. Absolutely. Drive all night and go back to work.
Tenacity,
Never
man.
go home.
Yeah.
tonight, case in point.
We've done it, and but I feel like, to get back to your question, or like you were saying, if you just divided your time equally, well, what if you spent, 60, 70% of your time on marketing and, 20, 30%, I know that doesn't add up, I'm not that dumb, but just say, the other portion of your time on creativity or your craft, then you've got all of this you're trying to market, but what you're trying to market is shit. It's not as good as it could have been. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that scenario doesn't work for me.
Well, it depends.
It's
on
why
how,
relationships are important.
Well, no, because
for the
you
artist.
break it
Yeah,
down.
absolutely.
It depends on how good your marketing. If you have really, really, really good marketing, then the marketing will do the work itself, and then that gives you time to give you your own creativity and give you consistency. So if you have really good marketing, if your marketing sucks, obviously you're gonna spend 70% of your time figuring out the puzzle.
True.
But
That's a good point.
This has been
all good points.
This has been in my mind for the last, especially when
Yeah.
I met up with Justin and fucking Chris homeboy, and just working here. I'm just trying to figure out a way to be the best that I can be, but also be consistent in what I want to do. And
Yeah, me too.
It's just that's the puzzle I've been trying to figure it out.
Me too. I'm the same way.
And
I think everybody is.
You think you figure out the puzzle, but the puzzle gets bigger and bigger and bigger somehow.
Yeah.
So you still got a lot more missing pieces. And right now,
Comment on this?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Anna's got something to say.
So, a little bit of my background. I'm actually a marketing major.
Whoa.
So, I've done a lot of marketing.
Why
in
didn't
my
you
life.
tell us?
Yeah, I doubled in classical music and marketing at University of Louisville, and some insights from that. A big part of marketing is relationship selling, building relationships with people who can do the marketing, who can get you to the right people. As an artist, I feel it's a big waste of time to worry about marketing. You need to have a good product.
Yeah.
If you don't have a good product, your marketing team is not going to like you because it's really hard to sell. So from an artist perspective, your biggest focus should definitely be your art form first. And if you are, the creativity. And if you are a creative individual, relationships are a big part of what comes next. Not being a pain in the ass to work with, being personable, creating relationships. I've seen this dude create more relationships, and Rucker creates all the friends in the world.
Yeah.
And they have created so many great relationships where we get to come back here. If Mr. Tony here was kind of a jerk, do you think we'd be coming back here? No. Would we be doing this podcast? No. So
Would we be eating this cheese? No.
exactly. So I think an artist's biggest focus should definitely be their art, their craft, then relationships. And if you do those well, you will be surrounded by people who can help you build a business plan, a marketing plan, help you out with that stuff. But as an artist, I don't really think that should be your number one priority. So,
All good points.
And your answer was killer, dude.
Anna, we're talking about this in the band.
Yeah, we do an OnlyFans episode after this.
He said only Vans.
Only
just
Vans.
always
Okay.
V, not an F.
Good.
Such a genius, dude. Did you trademark and copyright that shit yet?
Nah,
Oh,
I'm more like
idiot.
I'm Elon Musk on that shit. I don't believe in copyright and all that. Just
Oh my god,
you
but
have a
he
better
has
idea,
$1
then do
billion,
it.
dog. You don't have one yet.
Nah,
Come on, man.
If a good idea is better, then do it. I'm not trying to legally own stuff. That's weird. Unless it's property.
Oh my
That's
god.
like land.
All right, whatever.
I own land all day.
And then the monument needs to invest in just a business 101 fucking school for you.
Yeah,
Go to Shenandoah University. I'm sending you to the Hive Project.
The monument just buys my OnlyFans domain and use it against me.
No, that would never happen, dude. We're trying to teach you, bro. Jesus Christ.
Imagine you're just like you're that friend, like, yo, you're not going to trademark it. All right, fuck it, I'll teach you a lesson right now. You just trademark it yourself.
Oh, crap.
Dude, I hope some nerd's not sitting in their basement right now. OnlyFans.
Yeah, right.
It's already taken.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then you go to the website and it's like, you can have this domain for $15,000.
Damn.
That's a lot of DJ work, dude.
All right, maxed out 3 of my credit cards, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Anyway, fellas, what do you want to talk about? What's something that's moving you? What's something you need? What's going on, bro?
Shoot, dude.
Talk about Tony Logue. What do you all called? Do you have a name?
We like Tony Logue and the Stallions or something? No, we don't.
Okay, I just yeah.
Stallions.
No, we don't. We used to back in the day, back in like 2007, 8. Like you just took your name and you put band behind it, and that was like the cool thing to do. So it was like
Tony Logue.
so and so band, so and so, like Randy Rogers band. It's one of them that lasted because I still love Randy Rogers band. He was badass then. He's badass now. But it kind of got weird to me. And sometimes, like, I'll go to a place and they'll like have a picture from like 2008.
I was about to bring that up.
It happens.
I was about to
and
bring
it's
that.
like Tony Logue band. Tonight.
Somebody come
I'm
up
like,
and they was
where
like-
did you get this shit, man? But
I wasn't even in the picture.
It's
Somebody
all the
come
wrong
up and was
band.
like,
No,
"Damn,
half
you
the
look
wrong
good."
band
I'm like,
members.
"Oh, really?"
I had hair in that picture.
yeah, but it happens. But no, I mean just whatever. It's usually just under my name, I don't.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Like it's been an eye-opening experience to be out here this past year, 2022, getting a venue rolling.
yeah.
The characters that come in here, man, it's something else. And
bet.
I don't think that I haven't seen it yet. I probably will. But every time I like working with the person behind the music and just dealing with them, the better the music seems to be.
Yeah.
It's so weird. The more
Yeah.
bullshit that you start dealing with from like late 2-hour sound checks,
Oh yeah.
blah blah blah, coming at me chirping about every single stupid little
No.
this, that, and the third, being real dramatic with the hospitality writers. Like everybody who's out there killing it, I bet the ones that are the best probably have the easiest because of that relationship factor you're talking about.
I believe that.
You gotta be
Yeah,
easygoing.
I do. I believe that.
Earlier when you was talking about, saying you get a email about, somebody like,
Right.
"Hey, I'm so and so, want to play here." Coming from our standpoint, man, I bet we have knocked on every door. When you get something like that, say if somebody, some kid was like, "Hey, I'm so and so from here, got a song out, would you have me?" From your point of view, how do you go about that?
They have to make it easy for me to see some data point and hear them. So by data point, I don't mean like their whole entire analytics or their
Yeah,
movement
yeah.
and all that kind of stuff, but just like some basics so I can kind of see what level of established and then hear it.
Yeah.
And, does it sound good? If I have to take more than like a couple minutes to try to find it, like, the other day a guy called me and sang 2 songs to me and offered to send
La Bamba style.
He sang them on the phone?
yeah, dude.
La Bamba style over the phone
shit.
on the radio.
How was it?
Mind you, it was an Elvis impersonator.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, from the first half of the phone call, I'm thinking, all right, somebody's fucking with me. Is this my
Elvis?
moment? Am I on a radio
Yeah.
show right now? You know what I mean? So I just kind of went with it for a while. And I was like, man, this guy's so full of it. as he was giving me information, I had a computer in front of me, so I was able to validate all his stuff. And I was like, what? Like, this guy's a certified Elvis nut.
Was he good?
He's all right. But it's not, it's like Elvis. I'm no disrespect to Elvis, but like, he sounded like extremely vocally challenging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the rest of it. And he's got all the rest of it down.
Yeah.
As long as he can stay in basic key, he's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then it was like, I got Patsy Cline. It's my chick. And it's like, and he's like,
Hometown here, huh?
Well, he's like, he's got a girlfriend or fiance that wants to do it. And he's telling me about the reason he's talking to me is because he wants to book in Winchester because his girl's got this bit she does, Patsy Cline. I was like, I don't know, Elvis and Patsy were like a thing. I don't know, bro. What's going on? And he's like, I'll send you pictures, bro.
Nah.
She looks great as Patsy Cline. I was like, that's really cool that you offered that. So now I'm gonna send you this email just because you said all this stuff, and it's got just the basics of an offer, like initial, you know. Just because, like it was really, like, the first 10 seconds, I was just going to hang up. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? But then he had me for a minute. And so because so many people are so basic and weird about it, I was just like, this is entertaining me. And then a Kiss dude called me once. It was busy as shit at the bar. And he was like, let me talk to you about Kiss. And come to find out, it's like one of the killer Kiss tributes. Then I saw him Myrtle Beach once. You know what I mean? And this guy just had a lot of charisma and shit. But most of the good music that we book here is just because I hear it from someone, or it just really happens. Yeah. It's not like you all didn't try to get this show. I think we reached out. Like,
yeah, right.
Or, you know, Jake was interested. We have good relationships with the local guys that respect you. Brennan and Jake tell us a little bit of information about what's going on. And because they're influenced by you. Obviously, Jody had a tremendous influence on us in a relationship for businesses. That's how we met. But yeah, again, like what Anna was saying is that you were really cool and humble, and you could feel basic Christian values. Good dude. I don't know. That's just the vibe I got. Well, and I was like, shirt looks cool. Gonna get it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and
when
you got up there, you didn't sound horrible. You sounded good.
Well, thanks.
It matched the tone of your voice and your actions. Nothing was out of balance. It wasn't like you were doing this and then you went away for a few minutes and you stormed out on stage and was doing some other shit.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Like, I'm having a conversation. It's like if this dude come out in like 30 minutes, straight out just started doing some Prince shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. That wouldn't make any sense.
Oh, but he does that.
Yeah, right. It all kind of made sense.
Yeah,
you know
no.
It was quality.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man.
I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anyway,
yeah, I don't want to just do music business that way. I just like to do life that way. You know, cool. I mean, just try to. Me and Jason talk about shit like this all the time. You know, just positive mindset and
authenticity.
You're a creator of shit. I believe that. You know, I'm not trying to get all weird. You know, I don't know how weird you guys want to get, but I'll go all the way if you want.
You're like a Matthew McConaughey situation. Do you like play bongos in your crib naked?
No, I don't do that.
All right. He's a few $1 million away from that happening.
How do you balance? How do you balance everything? That's another question I've been having in my head, balancing, like, compared to like doing shows and having friendships and like today, like this is the first time I got to hang out with him, my friend Anthony.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, years probably. But we have like different jobs, and it's like, how do you balance like career life, and friendship life, and you're married, so also a love life at the same time. Is your wife with you on tours? Is she at home? Take care of kids,
she comes out. Like, she comes to the good stuff. That's going to be fun, you know. And like this town, she should come to this town because it's great. It's a great little town. You know, it's cool to see. But
is it hard? Is it hard to like be such an like being like a no friend, like as in hey, like do you, like say your friend hit you, hey, you want to hang out tonight? It's like, no, I'm much rather. It's not that I would not hang out, but I gotta focus on this craft. In a sense, right. You know?
It's a challenge, man. I know it is for me. I'm not going to speak for everybody here, but I know it is for me. But I know as far as like tour stuff, like now, last year was super crazy busy. Just because we had a new record, you know, and everybody was calling, everybody wanted you on everything, it seems like. I know we try to maybe be selective. I don't know if selective is the word, maybe just try to play important stuff. Like should we do this? Is it a benefit to us? Not just because we can make a couple $100 on a Friday night. Is this a beneficial run? Because it's time away from everybody's family. Derek's got young kids. Kyle's got young kids, and Anna's got young kids. Jason and I've
got old kids.
We've got older kids, but I mean, it's families nonetheless. They're just a little bit less interested in what we're doing. Our kids are a little bit older. There's like, shit, I didn't even know Dad was gone. But these other folks are not that way. But anyway, that's one thing. Try not to just be smart. I try to do that. I try to do that at home too. Just just use your time the best you can. I don't have it figured out. Don't hear me saying that, but
I think that anybody that comes into your life as a musician has to understand that there's things that you're going to miss. You're going to miss your friends' birthdays. You can't go, hey Tony, I've got my best friend's birthday is tomorrow and we got a show, so I'm gonna be like,
I thought I was your best friend.
That's what I said.
I'm your best friend, Kyle.
I don't even know when your birthday is. No. But it's one of those things that you have to understand. It sounds terrible when you say it, but you knew I was a snake when you picked me up. And that's not.
Damn, that's deep. I never heard that before.
You
knew I was a snake before you picked me up.
And
that would be a good song to write.
It would be.
That's a good Facebook status.
It gets in.
It might get 400 shares.
I mean, any musician that's been on the road that ever tells you that it has been an easy relationship or that they've had an easy marriage or anything is lying.
I think that's the weird part on like relationships and stuff and being a musician. Where past relationships for myself was the best way I can explain it was kind of like you have to sell yourself also, like in a sense of like, yeah, like if I'm doing a show, there's girls all over me. Trust me, like it's not like I'm not trying to get those girls, but also I'm trying to do like a marketing relationship basis and like make fuck, because it also sounds dirty when you try and explain it, but you're not trying to like be like a weenie or anything. You're just, like, also trying to like have them come to next shows.
Oh no! Rucker. So this right here is like she was talking about. So
like, does that make sense? What I'm trying to like.
Yeah, it's
it makes total sense.
You're
One night we
marketing
was in
yourself.
Lexington, Kentucky, and nobody, it was like on a Wednesday night. We played Austin City Saloon, and we was like, man, ain't nobody gonna come out. So me and Kyle, I was like, everybody that walks through this door, I'm selling them a shirt. So I made it to a point to where everybody that walked through the door, I said something to them. I was greeted them. I was nice to them. I was like, hey, check this out.
It wasn't good cop, bad cop. It was good cop, good cop.
Yeah.
And
and it worked.
So
we sold everything.
That mentality of what you're talking about, kind of like how, should I market this and do that? It's kind of like, just like what Anna said. Like, if there's pretty girls, if there's guys, that shit don't matter. What matters at the end of the day is you had good songs. Mm-hmm. They come here for that song. They want a t-shirt, badass. They want to hang out with us afterwards. Let's go have a beer. End of the day. Yeah. We was in the studio and, he was like, man, I just don't know. I don't know. And then we leave and we listen to some rough mixes. And I'm just like, man, the songs are good. I mean, what else? There's nothing we need to do. There's no sense in us going out here and hiring a marketing team and just doing all this extravagant stuff when, if you're writing Mary Had a Little Lamb. Yeah. Like look at guys like American Aquarium. Oh. I mean, those guys have been busting ass for what? Years.
Yeah.
And like
15, 20 years.
Yeah. Some of the greatest songs ever.
But like today, just example today, I did this, and I normally don't do this. This is something Anna would normally do. Anna documents everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we're on the road, if we're on the road somewhere and Anna's not there, we're just like, damn, did anybody get one picture of that?
Anybody take pictures?
No, nobody got any pictures. Nobody
we all
did
drinking
anything.
beers.
Yeah, right.
It's that marketing background.
But this morning, when we left Kentucky, I was like, I want to just document this day, how this day's going to go, how it's going to look. And just share with folks. People have no fucking idea.
Oh, yeah.
How hard it is, We
left at 1 a.m.
How hard it is out trying to do it. And, people had just have these romantic visions, I think, of what it's like to be a traveling artist.
So you must have you have so much fun, and don't get me wrong, we do.
Yeah.
But I showed
90
up
minutes at a time.
I
Yeah,
showed
right,
up at your
yeah.
house at 11 last night.
Exactly.
Beating on the door trying to get inside.
Yeah.
We drove 10, 12 hours.
Yeah, and just sleeping in the van, and you get here and you unload and you sound check and we're doing it. I mean, it's just, and then you tear it down at the end of the night, and we're packing all our, I'm packing my gear. He's packing his drum kit. We don't have people doing that. You
And then
load it
luckily-
all up back in the van, and you tear out again tonight. People just don't.
And we're not ungrateful.
No.
It sounds like
I
we're
love
trying.
it.
It sounds like
I'm
we're
just
trying
saying-
to be.
There's,
Yeah.
What I was saying was today I just documented the whole day. This was short videos. Well, here's where we are at this time of day, 1 a.m. We were leaving West Kentucky. Whatever. Just to see that.
Yeah.
Good Lord, man, how do y'all? I mean, we're tough, man. We're tough. Oh, Anna's got the mic.
Probably one of my favorite things I've documented is my time lapse on my phone. The whole process of us loading up the van with the clown music.
circus music.
In
As
South
we
Carolina.
we loaded everything into the van. It was pretty funny. I feel like we should pay attention to how we load that stuff in at some point.
We need a system.
We should have a system. We don't.
There's
We don't.
sober unload and there's.
Oh, that too.
There's post-gig load.
Post-gig load. Yeah.
Throw the shit in.
Yeah.
But also wanted to touch upon something he said earlier about being selective on shows. I really appreciate that because, man, it's really easy to get burnt out. Like if you're just like, what'd you say, the bingo hall? If you're just showing up to play for a couple $100 at a bingo hall like all the time, or just doing stuff not really worthwhile or helping you get anywhere, yeah, you can burn out so fast. And I've had friends burn out. I've been burnt out. So I do appreciate that, the gigs we do, shows we do are, worthwhile. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Anna's killing it.
Anna, get her a microphone, man.
Hey, what was I gonna say? Oh, look, guys. When it comes down to all that stuff, and I'm sure you know this, we invest in artists to help them sell the room, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you can make agreements to have helpers move your stuff and this and that. It sounds to me though that you've got the priority straight of making a good song. Out of hearing all these different bands all year long and so on and so forth, and seeing even like I don't mean any disrespect to some of the. Or hold on, how do I say this? Okay, so there's certain bands that in the rock alt segment that had one or two good songs.
Yeah.
And I don't know any of the other songs, and I don't know what the name of the artists are. I just know the name of the group, and they come in through here and they're booking right, and they're older. They're in their late 40s probably, right?
Mhm.
And it's just cause of one or two songs that got inside the heads of millions of people. And I think that if you could just do that, and I think you have the focus point of the craft first.
Yeah.
Great songs, man.
Creativity.
And then because what you do have is the intangibles outside of that, which is a good group of people from Kentucky and Indiana
Hey, oh.
that are genuine, authentic, and hardworking.
Yeah.
You speak a lot about coal mining industry and so on. Is that a part of your family's background and real experiences, or is that something you looked at in your community?
Man, it's really not. I'm a little further west. Cole's, I don't know, hour and a half from us.
Right.
Probably. So it's not like if you're from where I'm from, you probably work in the chemical industry as
Okay.
as a pipe fitter or work at a plant or so not so much coal, but there's a lot of good songs there,
Right.
And I think I know what it's like, even though I've never been in a coal mine, I've never stepped foot in a coal mine. I feel like I can relate to those people, because I do know what it's like to work hard every day and then to do this on time. I know what it's like to work and to work hard and to be put it all on the line, you know. So I just feel like there's a lot of good tales there.
You understand struggle, basically. You're trying to say.
Yeah,
really.
sure. Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah.
I can relate to what those people go through, and I think I can say things that those people can relate to, you know, and I feel like I can anyway.
Yeah, kind of touching on that. That's one thing. Like for me, I kind of do what he does. I've been a pipe fitter, welder my whole life. So you get out here on this road and you run it. And I've got 3 kids and a wife at home. You know, I go to work 6 o'clock in the morning. I get off 6 o'clock at night. Yesterday, everybody's like, "Man, what are you gonna do this weekend?" And everybody, "Well, I'm gonna go. You know, we're gonna go to the mall with my kids, or we're gonna go to Nashville, hang out. And what are you gonna do?" Like, well, I gotta get in a van at midnight, drive 12 hours. But there's a new song that he's got that he showed us the other day that I was just like, man, it's like shit. I was like, fuck, these roads are getting long. And I mean, the first verse, I was like, fuck it, I'm in for another. Like, that's it. Like, that's why I go back to that, the product, man.
The creativity comes first.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have to be consistent with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the compounding principle, right, Tony?
Mm-hmm.
You keep doing that over and over and over, and eventually,
Little by little, little comes a lot.
People are going to notice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Hope so.
But yeah, those are the songs that I love. Just songs about working class folks, you know. So they're stuck all in my songs, you know, characters like that, you know.
Right.
And a lot of me is in there, but not necessarily Cole, but.
Well, I hope you become the cooler Southerner version of Springsteen.
Dude, I know. I get to see Springsteen here in 2 weeks in Tulsa, and it's a weird time now because
You're better than me, dude. I canceled him on my playlist.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's a weird time.
And Trent Reznor, they can both fuck off.
I get it, man.
I'm equally hate.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's a weird time to be a Springsteen fan. But it don't make a shit to me, you know. I just
Still good songs. Chef doesn't like canceling artists.
I love his stuff.
I just canceled the cancelers.
Don't give him a mic.
I love R.
I don't
Kelly.
like R. Kelly the person, but the artist, Robert Kelly, POS.
Yeah.
R. Kelly.
I like Kanye
hell of an
West too.
artist.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm the same way. I'll choose to live in a world where you can disagree with somebody and still like their art. And I understand people don't want to do that. And hey, I support that. If that's the path you choose to take, man, you do that. If you don't want to put money in their pocket, or you know, you do that, and I support that. But I don't give a shit. You know, I'm not voting for the guy for office.
I know. That's great.
Yeah, and
I mean, that's a libertarian.
if you hear Bruce Springsteen talk, you know, he'll tell you these things that, you know, I can sing these songs about working class people. I've never worked a day in my life. This is all he's ever done, you know. So we're not the same. Me and Bruce Springsteen are not the same people because I've busted my ass my whole life. So I feel like when I write the songs, I've got some cred because I've done it. But he is so good as a songwriter that he could make you buy into all this shit that he's never even remotely seen.
Yeah, I don't know,
You know.
dog. I think I'd see. Even before I didn't really dig it, but then after that I was like, I'm about to cancel the cancel.
Yeah, boy.
Fuck out of here. Yeah. But anyway,
I have one more question, and then I'll be quiet for the rest of the day.
we gotta wrap up here soon. Anyhow.
I know, yeah.
These boys gotta
make
get
a good time.
ready.
Do you ever have any as an artist, you ever like made a song that you thought was a banger, but it wasn't a banger to the audience? And then if you did, do you have any denial of like the audience feedback on that song?
Hold on, let me interpret.
Does that make sense?
He's talking about songs as bangers being excellent songs.
Yeah, sure, man.
Okay, cool. Just make sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you understand, like, there's been times where
Good translation.
like, for example, there's been time where I thought I made a banger and I played it live, but it wasn't that much energy as I expected it to be. But here I am. Like, am I denying the crowd because they don't think what I thought of it, or should I just accept the crowd and then just throw that not away, but look back into it and make it better.
I tell you when I got a little bit better about.
What's so far? That fuck it up?
No,
That was a good question, dude. It's just the way you're so excited about saying. One of these times, I heard somebody asking what kind of music he does as a DJ. He goes, "All I do is bangers." I was like, "That's the greatest quote
So
ever."
are you like mixing tracks or?
I'm an EDM
beats?
artist, so I do a lot of dubstep. But to be fair, I started DJing before DJing was quote unquote a trend, and I was also a musician before I got into DJing.
Yeah. We're gonna need to hear it. We're gonna need to hear some. You got some on that laptop?
I got bangers, bro.
We're gonna need to hear some bangers. As soon as, I don't know if you want them on the show or not, but as soon as we shut this shit down, as soon as we shut this shit down, we're gonna listen to it.
All right.
But I don't know. Here's what I think. I think you can't. You can't pay that any attention to drive you crazy. You know, it'll drive you fucking crazy. It does me. So I don't. I've tried to get to the point to where you just make the art that you make and be done. And be
if they
done.
don't like it, then they don't like it.
Be done with it.
Then, yeah.
If they love it,
They love
of course
it.
I want to make
You
the
know.
best record I can make.
Mm-hmm.
But I found like as you're trying to work or trying to write or whatever you're trying to do, like if you're thinking, you know, man, people are gonna love this, that fucks me up. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm in that headspace, and I think I totally took a right from
You're
where
saying
your
like,
question was.
don't
but
worry so much about being liked. Just be you.
I don't. I just try to make a good, honest song that I like, and
That's good.
I'm gonna take the. You know, when we went to make this record, we probably had 20, 21 songs. And we took the best 13 that I thought, you know, there was some, we just kept fooling with songs, you know, and we're like, well, this song should probably make it, you know, and we just kept until we were like, this song has to be on the record. This song has to be on the record. All of those songs stayed. And we finally got to where there were a few who were just like, well, I don't know. And they didn't make it, you know, and they might make another one. But just try to take the best that I had. That meant something to me. Put them out. For what I do.
Keep getting better.
If you ever set your expectations that high, that you think that it's going to be the best song. Oh, sorry. If you set your expectations so high that you think that this song is going to be just incredible, and nobody's heard it yet, and you show up and you play it, and in your head this thing for weeks and weeks is awesome, you're going to get your ass handed to you, because in 2 years it may be incredible, but that first time you built it up so much in your head, because I feel like we've done it before, and I'm not going to say names of albums or songs, but I was like, this is the best thing that we've ever done. And now I look back on it and I'm like, you know, so.
Well, usually whatever you're doing at the time is.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, you're like, shit, I've never been at this level of greatness before. The world's not ready for it. You know, that's a natural thing to feel.
I think to kind of get back on your point though, I think it's like, especially for Tony, it's one of those things. It's like, it's something that you've got to get out for yourself.
Yeah.
And that you're not doing it just so some, you know, good looking girl will come talk to you, or so you can make some money. That it's literally like it's blowing you apart, because you cannot, you know, like if I hear a melody, or if Anna hears a melody, like I'll sit at home and just, I mean, my wife would be like, what are you doing? Like I'll be playing the same thing for like 30 minutes, and I'm just like, I hear, like I feel it, but I can't
found this thing. Yeah.
So I think it's the same thing with guys like, you know, Tony. It's like, it's in them guys to where like they've got to get it out. That they're not in no way thinking it's like, you know, this is for some girl, this is for some money, or for some show. It's just being true.
It's for you.
It's art for the sake of art.
Yeah. Don't
just because that's what you do.
Yeah. Don't let it get in your head that, you know, this is going to be it. This is going to be the one. This is going to be, because in 5 years you're going to look back and you're going to go, wow, I'm doing way better things right now than I was 5 years ago.
That's a natural progression.
Yeah, it's
to get better.
Yeah.
Well, how many times have you heard somebody's like, you know, that hit track almost didn't make the record?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's things in life, man. That's not to get super deep, but you look back 5 years ago and I'm like, man, I was stupid 5 years ago. And then 10 years from that, you go, man, 5 years ago, I was an idiot. You know, so it's just a natural progression of things.
We said that today.
Yeah, we did.
About you.
Yeah,
not
no,
about
I was out of the van.
Not about us.
No,
yeah.
But
no.
you're going to look back, and the thing that you did that was up here, you're going to be like, man, I can do so much better. So, you know, it's just one of those things. It's a natural life progression.
Yeah.
Check out.
Hey, this has been a great podcast, y'all.
Man, it's been fun.
For sure.
I didn't really know what to expect. I thought, well, I mean, is it going to be like real prim and proper?
Nah,
Yeah, starting off, you setting me up, so I didn't know where it was going.
that's freedom of speech, man.
This has been fun.
All right, y'all. I'm out. My kid's probably out there running around telling people what to do. 5-year-old just telling people what to do probably is what's happening. I got to go get that, and then my wife will be mad if I get home too.
It's not just the new venue in town. It's a monument to live entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
The Monument, the new premier concert and event venue in Winchester. 2 stories, state-of-the-art sound, delicious food and drink, and the best in live events. The Monument, on the corner of Loudon and Piccadilly in Winchester, and right at the cutting edge of live entertainment. Go to themonumentva.com. That's themonumentva.com for events, tickets, special offers, and more. The Monument. We'll see you at the next show.